So what is functional training? Functional training is full body exercise, but with a little extra detail. It's full body exercise that is core dominant. I want the core really driving all of those motions, but it's full body. And a lot of it also includes rotation, because rotation is what we see all the time in life. Whether we're reaching for something in a cabinet, whether we're picking up a kid, opening up the refrigerator door, everything we do involves rotation. So that should be in our training. So one of my favorite full body exercises that I love to start my clients with is the cable bar press. So whether you're using resistance bands or a cable machine, just means your feel is going to be a little different. But I want to grab that big old cable bar, and I like to set that up where I'm right about pec level, shoulder level. And with my grip for this, I want to make sure my backhand is all the way on that very, very end, because that's where I'm going to have the most control of the tool. My top hand really depends on how much weight I'm using. If you're using a lighter weight, you'll notice you can go closer together, because this is really all about leverage. Think of like a shovel, right? All that weight's on one end. I can't really keep my hands together. I need a nice good gap to really support all the weight that's at one end, because it's asymmetrical. And that's how this guy's going to function. So for me, I got some pretty heavy weight on there. I'm going to go up a little higher with my hand. I really recommend being minimum shoulder width apart on this one. That tends to be pretty good. So to set myself up with this, I want to get my grip on the bar, and I want to make sure I'm just to the outside of the cable, right? I don't want to be right in front of it, because if I'm going to bring this in front of me, I'm going to be wrapping that cable around me, and it can make it really uncomfortable, especially if you're with a machine that doesn't have, kind of these nice Kevlar cables. So I'm in position. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pull that bar into position a little bit, and I can already feel my body tensing up, but I don't want to pull my whole body to it. I want to keep my hips forward. I want to pull my upper body to the bar. So now I got my upper body to the bar, I can already feel my core, I feel my glutes, I'm starting to feel my shoulders, everything kick in. And now I'm going to intensify it by bringing that bar in front of me just a little bit. So I'm kind of pulling myself to the bar and then pulling the bar into position. And as I do that, I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready to go for my exercise. I feel tension in my whole body, full body exercise. So now that I'm here, I'm going to keep the rotation, and I'm going to start to bring that cable bar in front of me a little bit more. And as I do that, I feel all those same feelings intensifying. More glutes, more core, more pecs. So as I get in front, now from here, I'm going to start kind of pulling with this hand and then pressing with the other hand. Notice I'm not rotated yet. So I pull in, I start to transition, and then now right when I get about, 2/3, 3/4 of the way with that arm, I want to start to drive through my core to get the rotation from the upper body. And I'm going to finish with that kind of like stabbing motion. Like I have a spear and I'm reaching it out in front of me. So let's go through that a few times. Pulling to the bar, start to intensify everything with the bar, start to make that transition, and now I'm going to drive through that upper body to get the rotation. Biggest thing here is maintaining the hips. I can't have my hips moving the whole time. I want to keep my hips steady, and I want to let the upper body do all the rotation. I want all that thoracic rotation as I go through that exercise here. And now a lot of people too, what they'll do is they'll kind of go around themselves, so they don't really actually rotate. They kind of turn their body, and then they're wrapping the cable. Just go directly forward with that cable. Again, there's an enemy in front of you and you're trying to hit him with the spear. I want to go directly in front. And the more I reach the spear, the more I naturally get that rotation. So if I do it this way, here, so I'm in position, I'm pulling the bar out, I'm rotating towards the bar, start to come out, start to transition, and then as I point, see my chest naturally turns. I don't have to really focus on it too much. All I'm focused on is keeping the hips steady and keeping the core engaged. I want to feel the core from the beginning all the way to the end of the exercise. So again, it's full body, but it's core dominant. My core is the bus driver. He's leading the whole motion. And every time you get to the end, show me that snapshot. Show me you own it. I'll even might squat into it a little bit to get a little bigger of a reach. And that's pretty much the cable bar press. Now from here, if you want to make it a little more challenging, you don't necessarily have to add more weight. You can get more upright. So the lower you are, the more grounded you are, the taller you are, the more, susceptible you are to being pulled by the cable. So now if I can really stay upright, I'm going to feel a bigger stretch on the core. I'm going to be challenging my posture a lot more. So there's a lot of places we can take an exercise like this. So go ahead, give that one a shot. Let me know what you think in the comments. Look at my next video for the cable bar row.